there we are. Last stream before I go on holiday. Oh, that's right. I thought, why is it getting silent all of a sudden? But I turned off the music last time. Audio. Something like this. Alright, so I was playing featured contracts. And one of them was kicking my ass. Press up. Why is that failed? Because I had to stop. Right. It's a bit loud. Okay, so I don't know where these guys are. It looks like down in the cellar. At least that's what it looks like. So, oh, hold on. It gotta be in the suit. So let's just start here for a change. See where they are. Krugi, distractions. Yeah. Just take tasers for a change. Let's go see where they hang out. Let's see, where is everybody over there? Oh, right. Let's see. Oh, I could take... Okay, replan. I have an idea for him, so let's put a poison there. Yeah. Crap. Ah, crap. Well, let's do this one first then.
What the hell was that? What? Who threw that? Where did that come out? A weapon? What idiot just dropped something? Right there, like your history, you bald ass!
Why doesn't he see that, or hear that, or react to it? Whatever. Okay, you go there.
Huh?
You gotta be kidding.
Okay.
Shit. Still no answer. What's going on?
On target. Oh, brother. Bingo.
Calling in. Wait a minute.
Yes.
Still no answer.
Okay. Go here.
Hello there.
Yeah.
Doing okay? Good.
Man, I wish.
Hey, mercenary, welcome.
Stop.
Um,
You look fine.
I went too far.
So, if he kisses your hand, you ever wash it again?
Yeah, I saw you play.
He doesn't even hear that. Oh fuck, I thought I could go past there. Oh yeah, I'm doing well, thank you. Last stream before the hey there.
Sorry, sir. Not allowed to let you through here. You step back. Can't be here, okay? Hey, buddy. You should stop. Please follow orders, sir. I'm escorting you out.
Where's the last one? Up there. Oh, now they notice the crime?
Okay, yeah. No, I get you. I got it.
There's a murdering psycho out there. He's killing people.
Do I really want to go up there?
So, do you know who it is, or?
He's got a black suit on.
Okay, I'll check it out.
Crap.
Wake up.
Yeah. Command, do you copy? We've got reports of a real troublemaker out there. In a black suit. Don't make
Keep firing!
Crap, I'll have to go up there. I don't want to. Crap. God damn it. You went to the basement kitchen, the stairs there. Yeah. Okay, there's two ways I can get up there.
Okay.
Well, what the hell is that doing there?
Shit. Still no answer.
You better get the hell out of here. What's that? What are you?
Am I going the wrong way now or what? Oh, he's over there. Oh, so when I go down, I'll have to go through here. Okay. But then I'm... Oh wait, you idiot. I have to go up higher. Here.
Huh? What? Huh?
Hey,
How about you show some respect?
Uh,
It's not a sack of potatoes. Christ! Somebody help me! One hiding. Echo Alpha.
Yeah, I just gonna try this. Hey Alonso, welcome. Welcome, welcome. Happy Friday, man. Welcome to the last stream before I go on holiday.
Think we got a troublemaker or something.
Shit. Still no answer. What's
Non-target? What? Fuck. Why? It's so inconsistent. Gotta love Hitman, right? Boom, 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 boom. Okay.
shit? Still no
Bum,
answer.
bum, 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 bum. Thank you so much for showing. Oh, yeah, welcome, man. I was actually looking for Minesweeper, and then I scrolled down the page and I saw that it also had WordPad, so I thought, somebody was asking about that a few months ago. So then I remembered it was you. Oh, no, 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 no.
Join Dahlia and I for a drink later. There's someone we'd like.
Okay, so we go through here. This go through. No, 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 no. Go through here. Get rid of the cameras while we're here. Pop. Get out the syringe for now.
Huh. Wow. Never knew this stuff was so complicated. Yeah, that's... All right, just stay here. We'll check it out. Okay, stay right here.
This ain't funny.
This out. Crap, how the hell do I get to his back? He needs to go.
See what the hell that was?
Hey, you are looking lovely.
There we go. Do, 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 do. Go, 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 go. There we go. Done and dusted. Finally. Man, remember, don't know if you were here for the last stream, but goddamn, that Sapienza contract almost makes me rage. I got it done in 18 minutes. And then there were some speedy guys that were doing it in like 7 minutes, and I'm like, how even? He's just getting to the first 2 guys, took me like 4. Okay. So that's my 3rd contract, I think. So where's the 4th? I can't remember. Featured. I've done 3 now. Okay, so let's go here. I've done this already, but now it's reversed. It's reversed. Gotta be military soldier. Food vendor. And the handyman. Can I start as either of them? No. Because there's only one starting place. Okay. So. Let's see where we go from here. Oh, I can probably get a suit from here.
What's up?
Come on, guy, I need your outfit. Oh, took him long enough. Okay, so that's outfit 1 taken care of. Oh. You gotta put on the outfit, dummy. You idiot. There we go.
What the?
Okay, so it's the bearded guy, right? Yeah. Okay. He's at the cafe. Get out of my way, people! They're programmed to walk right in front of me. I get the feeling that they are.
Sir, this is a restricted area.
Is everything
You're
all
gonna
right
have to
here?
move away. Thank you. Hold it.
Even the soldiers can't get in. Bum 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 bum. Oh, I should have brought the poison. Maybe, perhaps. Get rid of him because I might send somebody else here. There's the invitation.
Hey, soldier, I can't let you through. You need to go back where you came from.
Not even with an invitation? Oh my god. Oh, I now need to be what? A food vendor. Or a handyman. Where the hell are there food vendors? Over here? Oh no, over here. The hunt for the outfit. That's a woman.
Ah, so it's snail time. Hey, you. Yeah, you. I don't know you.
Yeah, you don't. I'm a soldier.
Doing, mister.
Why are you?
You are not.
Please! What are you doing? Please, let go! Please! There's this crazy psycho and he's strangling people. Someone go deal with it.
Specifics. I need specifics.
Also, no propanes here in this mode of the map.
Maniac. Knocking people out like that.
Salam! I am so honored by your...
Target in sight.
See a food vendor? Oh, he's a waiter.
Keep your head down. Oh my god.
I'm like.
And where the fuck's the handyman? See about this. Okay, first things first. I think there's a... Wasn't there an outfit here too somewhere? I thought there was one in this thing. Yeah. That is a shopkeeper, so no. That doesn't work for me. Oh, there's a wrench here.
Don't let this happen.
Okay.
Best spices in the whole of America.
You're a soldier. Wasn't there somebody working on the phones, or is that in the other version of the map?
Ah, come close.
Dorian.
Huh? Sure looks like they're having a party. Excuse me, sir, but you're not on my list, so I will have to ask you to kindly leave.
Say what?
Oh, yeah, now I'm gonna have a problem.
Let me know if you need it.
Now all three of them are gonna get sick, and maybe somebody will haul ass off to another place.
What?
Oh, he's going here, okay.
It's going around. I was in bed all week.
He doesn't know where to go.
Spin like a frickin' propeller. What a mess.
Now he will come here. Grab him. Yeah, see now he will come here.
Oh, shit.
Let's see, handyman and the other was food vendor, but neither of them is in here, right? And I can I go here? I thought there was a free outfit in here, but I guess not. Oh, over here. A waiter, that's not a food vendor. So... where the hell am I gonna get a food vendor's outfit? He's a waiter.
Probably doing what he used to.
Also.
What? Looking at carpets? What is it?
Where the fuck is the handyman? Oh, is the handyman working on the vending machine over here? No. Oh, here.
It's disgusting.
Hey, soldier.
Closer. Our colourful lamps are the best in Morocco. Come closer. Come closer. Our colourful lamps are the best in Morocco.
So how the hell am I gonna get his outfit?
It's made of Egyptian papyrus. You like?
A maintenance room key. What is the maintenance room? Is there a way to get up there? No, I don't think so. That would require me to get up there.
I'll give you one thing.
No.
They did go against a Quincy.
I noticed that people have classes. I suggest you do something about that now. Understood?
Oh, I'm sorry, Mr. Cole. It won't happen again.
Don't let me down, my dear.
Yeah, there's no place to put you. He's not around here.
I guess he's had a job.
Wait a second.
Good day to you, sir.
So my sister met this customer. Really stood out.
Hey, why can't I date your sister? She's gorgeous. Because it's my...
Hey, who are you? I haven't seen you before.
Okay, the handyman will come here.
Friend of yours? I mean, what the hell's going on? Hey, excuse me. I'm talking to you.
Hey, what are you out of your mind? Seriously, what's going down?
Oh, he's a food vendor. Oh. Oh, okay. That makes sense. I can get his outfit here too. Oh man, that's gonna be back and forth, back and forth. Do, 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 do. Get bonked.
Be here otherwise. All right.
Just remember, I don't have to go get the...
Say what?
Okay, so get in here.
Looks like they're having a party behind there.
Okay. Bloop, 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 bloop. Do, do, do. So they're not... Why are they all question marking? Okay. Oh, he's sick too. Oh, I got one of the guards too. Okay. Whatever. Alrighty then. So now we're gonna get the technician.
You know what? The municipality should
Just gotta be careful that the food vendor doesn't see me do shit.
What?
Are you a reader? You look like a reader.
Am I going the right way now?
Thanks.
Why won't that flicker and stop? It's making
No.
just wrap it nicely for you.
Hello,
Going the wrong way!
The best in Morocco. Come closer.
Yeah, there's the light.
So my sister met this customer. Really stood out.
Hey, why can't I date your sister? She's gorgeous.
Because it's my sister. Now, she told me something odd. She's...
Okay.
Because it's my sister. Now, she told me...
Who are you? What's this guy's problem?
God damn it, man.
I mean, this guy's a dick. I just want to check something. Hey, you're ignoring me. I know you are.
Yes, I am. So what? What you gonna do about it, huh?
That's not your...
How does he know it's not my uniform? Do I need a lockpick? Probably to get in there. Yeah. Smuggled item. On the rooftops. Why is the only... Oh my god. This is not good. Oh boy, this contract, man. Should I do the other one first? But that I have the uniform there, so I don't know if they're already talking. Otherwise, I could do that first and then spend my time on the other one. Bonk. Okay. Now, we go this way. I'm gonna see if the food vendor or the technician is busy. Get to the other guy later. At least I'll have the uniform on this side of the map. See if he's not talking to the dude. Otherwise I'll have to get rid of the dude somehow.
So my sister met this customer. Really stood out.
Hey, why can't I date your sister? She's gorgeous.
Because it's my sister. Now, she told me something odd.
Yeah,
She said
you'll
a
see
Frenchman
this.
came to her shop at the airport and asked for a fortune teller.
Yeah, Frenchman in an airport.
Go see what that was.
Absolutely. Hey, you. Yeah, you. You need to...
Asshole. Why?
Whoa, you meant to hit the head. Mission accomplished. Oh, God, dick. I need some help, please.
So is he just always here? Doesn't he go anywhere? Annoying thing is I cannot start on this side of the map. So how the hell do I get rid of him? Do I just need to make him sick then or something? Fine. Fine. If I have to resort to that, that's a bit of a pain in the ass.
Got some strange noises here. Looking into
Come on down. Get your prize.
Man, I swear these sort of things happen more to me than anybody else.
Okay. Come. Get out of my way, people. Come. That's not why I'm here, man. I need to kill people.
Hey, Trooper.
Oh, since I might as well get the guy.
a lot of those guys are selling use mobile phones.
Okay, well, please let me know if you need anything. Hey, Trooper. Thought you could catch some R&R here, huh?
Yes, I thought so. Okay, I'll wait for the guy to get in here. I got another guy sick, but that's okay. Stuff is falling all over the place. Okay. Let's get the handyman outfit.
AGI?
So what happens if I make the handyman sick? Where does he go?
This is fried. Okay.
So my sister met this customer. Really stood out.
Hey, why can't I date your sister? She's gorgeous.
Because it's my sister. Now, she told me something odd.
Oh, God. Oh, definitely below par.
What?
What does the metal taste, I wonder? Ah, man, we've all been there. It's awful. Everything's great, everybody's dancing, just...
Whoa.
Huh? I don't even know what...
Where the hell is the caretaker? I mean, he should be doing this.
Hey, stop that right now.
Oh, fuck you, man.
Help me! Come on, anyone! You gotta help me, please! Please, I got trouble!
No way. Command, how do you read? Over. Go somewhere safe.
Maybe I should have lured him in here, but then I'm in full view of what... Yeah, only these two are real. God damn it, man. So I don't know if I have to make this dude sick or make the... I still don't have coins or something to lure. Okay. Crap, I need this outfit. Okay, the slowest part here.
I feel mildly annoyed.
Don't know if I'll need it, but yeah, could always use it to get somebody off my back. Maybe get somebody. Oh, I could possibly drop that on the floor, make the other guy go away. Fetch a guard. Since I'm here, I might as well do this guy first.
Fantastic show.
It looks like they're having a party behind there. Ah, damn it. Can't drink any more coffee.
Okay. Now we wait till he gets here. There he comes. Is this the only puke spot around or something? Because I remember if you play the Mr. Giggles, he's all the way up the roof. He comes all the way down here. Oh, get your invitation for if I need to get in.
Vandalized. You know what? The municipality should do something.
Okay, he goes the other way. He goes that way. Good. Still don't know what this key opens. Maintenance room. What is the maintenance room?
So my sister met this customer. Really stood out.
Hey, why can't I date your sister? She's gorgeous.
Because it's my sister. Now, she told me something odd. She said a Frenchman came...
What?
Say what? Is anybody there?
What the hell?
Jesus, as if I didn't have better things to do with my time.
Can't just walk
Oh,
around
fuck me, man.
like that. What? Could somebody help me, please? Come in. Calling command. Do you copy?
This is so annoying. And I can't knock out the other guy too, because then I can stuff him in there and his body will be found. I don't have room for 3 guys. And then he... Man, this is fucking annoying. The other version of the contract were Are you bringing a lockpick with you? Yes, I am. Hey, Shardy, by the way. There's a free handyman disguise too? Where? Because I know here, there's a food vendor here. Hear your voice again. I thought you were dead. You'll be pleased to know your skills are in great demand these days. You're almost a legend among customers. Oh, welcome, Tintin.
Hey, are you there? I heard something suspicious.
Yeah, there's a waiter outfit in the room over there, but I don't know where the handyman outfit is.
Oh, come on.
Okay. It's near the waiter who is sleeping in the daytime in Marrakesh. The waiter who is sleeping in the daytime in Marrakesh.
I wouldn't be here otherwise.
Ah, come closer.
Can't remember where that is.
Fantastic show.
Opposite the cafe's side door. Okay. Side door. Oh, that's over there. Okay. Now he... Oh my god. Okay, well, since I have to restart anyway. Well, I can get in. Okay. It's over there somewhere. The side door here.
Sorry, I don't think I know you, mister.
Oh well, come on in. Tell me how bad, what a bad boy I am. Oh, fuck off, all of yous. It's somewhere over here then.
You should leave.
Ah, okay. Behind locked doors. Oh, it's probably unlocked because these guys went in here, right? Okay, okay. So I have a free handyman outfit, that's good. And then I can get the food vendor from there by getting rid of the other guy. Right. We have a plan. We have a plan. Okay, first things first, get this dude's outfit. Get bonked. Okay. The best spices in the whole of Marrakesh. Okay, yeah, go through here. That's less people. Go through the food vendors. Then we're not bumping into people every like 1 feet. 1 foot.
Back to the base, kid. No soldiers allowed here.
It's calling me kid. I'm older than you, asswipe. Curious how the guy on the other side of the wall got sick first. It doesn't matter, that means he's coming over here. Come on down.
Whoa!
Okay. Oh, he will probably be found, but okay. Let's see. So I gotta get in here.
Hey, where's Boyle? Probably doing what he usually does. What? Looking at carpets? What is it with him and souvenirs?
Handyman.
Door of the Shisha
Okay.
Cafe.
Ah, crap, I forgot. Why is he always looking for carpet? I don't know.
Wait up. Who are you? Do I know you?
Okay, so we cannot do that.
Yeah.
Fuck. Gotta distract everybody. But you can set off a huge explosion somewhere, everybody turns around, I can get in. Oh boy. This is annoying. Oh, I was too fast.
Just heard a strange noise. I'm gonna check it out. Stand by.
Slightly annoyed with it.
Okay, now. Let's not fuck it up this time. Do, 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 do.
I respect all men in non-services.
Huh? Sure looks like they're having a party meeting there.
I think it's invite only.
Ah, damn it. Can't drink any more coffee.
How is the guy on the other side of the wall affected? Still wonder. I could always go over the roof there to get in, but yeah, I don't really want to.
Let me get out of your way real quick.
Please don't. Oh!
Yeah, I can't take his outfit, right? That's a bit of a shame. Because if I could get his outfit, I could get in. Yeah, there's no way. It's a bit of a downside. Okay. And the handyman...
Hello there.
I wonder if the handyman can get in there, by the way. I'm trying to go through the side, but yeah. Maybe I just can... I can.
Probably doing what he usually does. What? Looking at carpets? What is it?
Stuff to throw.
Did he give you the key to the back room? Cafe?
Ah, crap, he forgot. Why is he always looking for carpets? I don't know.
He will see, so that's not an option. Let's see if I am allowed to go in. Just a handyman. Only the handyman can.
What are you, with the maintenance crew? Never mind, I don't give a shit. Just leave, okay? Find somewhere else to hang out. Can't stay here.
That's annoying.
Yeah, that's right.
Oh my god. Why is everything blocking me?
That's understood. I'll report back when Mandola arrives. Roger out.
Where are my targets over there? Okay. It should not be this hard to get into the, let's see. Who is who? Handyman, okay. What thing does this control actually? It's him that's coming in. Yeah, I know I have red guns, but yeah. Oh wait, I remember. I can get in.
Jeez. Welcome.
I don't have any coins to lure him, so just have to wait till he yeah. Okay, so how are we gonna do this? Then there's the food vendor. I know where to get. Yeah, okay. Okay. It's annoying that I can't get into the. That's weird. I've gone into the site just a few runs ago. Did you get Mind's Eye? No, and I'm not going to. It's just a bad game. I'm not gonna spend 60 bucks on that. From what I've seen other people play and what I've seen manga play, I find the incessant talking is annoying as fuck. You can't go off script because then the handler, whatever you call her, is constantly saying go do it, go do it, go do it. And I've seen too many bugs, so yeah, I'm not even going to touch that. Oh, he gets sick first because the other one is wondering what the hell happened. You'll buy Hitman again instead? Fair enough. Nimmer Arif Bahar. Okay. Get you out of here. Wonder how I can get rid of the dude.
You know what? The municipality should do something.
If I do this now, you will see. Can I? Here. Go get your bodyguard.
Don't move. I'll go.
Now he's going to. Oh my god.
Somebody somewhere
Hey, where's Boyle?
Probably doing what he usually does.
What? Looking at carpets?
Stand back.
Oh my god!
What? Looking at carpets?
Are you fucking serious, man?
Hey,
Did he give
where's
his key to
Boyle?
the back door? Probably doing what he usually does.
What?
Go.
Looking at carpets?
Oh,
What is it with him and souvenirs?
you idiot!
Key to the back door of the Shisha Cafe.
Ah, crap. I forgot.
Is that loaded?
Why is he always looking for carpets?
I don't know. Probably his wife, you know? She wants a carpet.
He's on duty. He doesn't have time to look for carpets.
Then go and tell him.
Yeah, I will. It's just unprofessional, you know?
Hey.
Oh! Why are you here? Why are they so annoying? Oh man, I'm getting I'm getting really pissed off here. What's the point of having a lockpick if you can't use it? The game is it's working against me. IOI, stop pushing buttons. Seriously. Say what?
Hi. I think I heard something. Moving in to see what?
Yeah, and I'm gonna hurt something. You heard something, I'm hurting something. Bonk. Okay, man, I'm getting tired of this little bit here. Fruits? Who are you calling a fruit?
I have the Benz. I wouldn't be here otherwise.
Okay. Lumiere lights. Yeah, I know, I can't come in.
It looks like they're having a party behind there. Ah, damn it. Can't drink any more coffee.
Oh, he was going to see where that sound was coming from. Okay. Okay.
Vandalized. You know what? The municipality
Hey, where's Boyle?
Oh my god.
What? Looking at carpets? What is it with him and souvenirs?
Don't worry, I got this. Sit tight and look pretty.
What? Looking at carpets? What is it with him and souvenirs? Hey,
Okay, so now I gotta get in there. There's no back entrance, right? No, just a side entrance. I gotta go all the way up in there. But where does this key go?
Toilets are acting up again, man.
Hell, when we fix that light.
Pom 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 pom. Oh, now she's going in here or no? Oh, and she's just gonna watch their door. Oh my freaking god. Oh, and then he's gonna...
See what the hell that was?
She isn't even coming here. Oh, fuck me. Lady, can you please fuck off?
Clean as a whistle over here.
Amazing.
Thank you.
Listening to me? Copy. When Mandola arrives, I'll report back to you ASAP.
Okay. And I have to do the same thing again with the freaking food vendor. Okay. Good morning. You enjoyed this contract? I am having a hateful episode about it. Oh right, I can get him in here. I have to do this is the outfit thing. Hey, fat copycat. Yeah, I'm not liking this version. The other version of this contract I enjoyed, but this is just bullcrap.
Huh?
Yeah. Come on in. Okay, so now we're gonna get the food vendor's outfit, and I'm gonna go out the side here because then it should be open. Am I allowed? Can I unlock this without being seen? I can. Okay, cool. So now it's open. Yeah, I gotta go here.
So my sister met this customer. Really
Whoa.
stood out.
Hey, why can't I date your sister? She's gorgeous.
Because it's my sister. Now, she told me something odd. She said a Frenchman came to her shop at the airport and asked for a fortune teller.
Yeah, Frenchman in an airport. Real odd.
No, you don't get it. See, I took my grandmother to a fortune teller the other day, and the fortune teller said a Frenchman would come to Marrakesh and ask for a fortune teller.
A tourist asking for a fortune teller. Wow, whoop-de-doo. What did you say then?
Nothing, but I feel like it's all part of some grand design.
Oh, God. This is so... Just get... Say what? Get it out.
What?
Hello? Come on.
Will you leave already, dude? Why are you eyeballing me like this?
Hello there.
Hey Panda, welcome. Happy Friday. He just stands there. Oh my god. He's broken, so yeah, if I now do this and knock him out, he will freak out, of course, because he's not leaving.
All right already. Oh, God, oh no! Whoa!
Why doesn't he go away to puke somewhere?
Someone help! Hey,
Oh my god, man. He is so annoying.
copy. Someone causing trouble. Need some help here. Hey, I think we got a serious problem. We need your help. I saw that. Find someplace safe now.
Yeah, okay. I got you, man.
Wake up! Something serious is going on.
What's wrong? Something off?
You can't even poison as the food vendor.
Okay, stand back.
My god, man.
Command, you there? We got a situation here. We got one down.
Okay, so I've got to get another food vendor outfit.
Someone's knocking people down.
Okay, let's go hunting.
You've been attacked by an alien. Any description on possible suspect?
It was all over before I had a chance to see what was going
He's a
on.
food vendor, I guess.
Dressed up as the maintenance man. Been a great help. Command, take over. Some guy is being a nuisance to everyone. We have a fresh ID on the perp. Suspect has concealed himself as a maintenance man.
Hey, man, watch out! Hey, you could hit someone.
You're surrounded. Give yourself up. Now. Hey, we need some help here. Please.
It's a waiter. Ja, het is hier ook heet, ja. Hey, de marines. Welcome. Is there another food vendor outfit I can get, or is that the only one? Because I don't see... These are all... Big head guys as well. Big head guys. Dude, what you doing?
Oh, yes, come in.
Hey, get out of my face.
What big head guys? I can climb up at the smuggle point. That's back here, right? Okay. That's the lady. This is where I can get in.
Yeah, he's in a bad state.
He's just puking his guts out. That's not the right one. He's a clothes vendor. He's just a vendor. He's no food vendor. There's one close to the bathroom you took that guy out at. Oh, these guys you mean? Ooh, okay. The question is, can I, like, get him without getting a rise out of the other people? Of course, we have a lady coming in. Let's see, he's gonna stop right here, right?
Hello, come in. I can see you have an eye for high-quality pottery. How may I help you?
You may help me by fucking off! God damn it!
Excellent. Let me just boil a fresh pot up for you. Come back in 5 minutes. Inshallah, everything.
Oh my god, she's so annoying.
Stalemate. No bones.
Give up the gun right now.
Oh my god, I hate this contract. Hey Corrido, welcome. Why is this seemingly simple contract taking me another 2 hours to complete? Already more than an hour in. Well, to be fair, I did the other one first, so 45 minutes, 40 minutes. So if I can make him sick, then the rest is trivial. But yeah. Okay, so maybe I can lure him somewhere. Go make him. Yeah. Well, the guy I am taking out first goes on his merry way.
Really?
If I do the same thing I did before, I can lure him into the in a cubbyhole over there. So I don't have to waste my... Can I shoot through the bushes here? Waiter is eyeballing me. Oh my god.
Oh boy, lava coming out of my ass. Whoa, hey, need help over here.
What the?
Ah,
Dispatch, how copy? Over. No one's messing around. What can I say?
Everybody is panicking. Oh, and now he's not going to come in here because he ran into this guy. Oh, he is. Okay. Close this. There we go.
rise and shine. This time it's for real. It's me. I'm here now, and all's quiet on the Western Front.
Hey, Galaxy. Welcome.
Out.
Happy Friday. So now I have to wait till everybody calms the fuck down. Hold it, sir. Hold it.
Huh? Sure looks like they're having a party behind there.
Oh, you. Why are there two guards in there? Are you hiding or something? Are you afraid?
You've got to be kidding me.
Close the door. I don't want to be seen. So I got the food vendor disguise over here. Okay, cool. Let's go get the handyman outfit.
Are you okay? Can I get you anything? Vandalized. You know what? The municipality should do something.
The municipality should do something.
Hey, where's Boyle?
Probably doing what he usually does.
What? Looking at carpets? What is it with him and souvenirs?
And he's just smoking here, so I have to go the long way around.
Crap, forgot.
Because I cannot open that without...
Closer.
Back in 10 minutes. Salam. What would you...
Annoying! Annoying! And now it's probably some speedrunners that say, oh, you just throw muffin here, walk over the roofs, and then you're in like Flynn. Yeah, I don't do glitches.
Got ya. Keeping an eye out. When Mendola arrives, I'll get back to you.
Okay. Okay. Where's our boy? All the way over there. Okay, gotta wait till he gets here. Then I'll leave through the side so that the door is open so I don't have to go all the way around again.
We have to.
Oh, he's over there. Okay. A handyman. It's not weird to get to have a screwdriver, right?
Don't even care, just going through the motions here. A puppet.
So then it's not weird if I go in here.
Table for 2 at 6:30 for Cindy.
Gotta get you as a food vendor.
Wait a minute. Seriously?
Boom, 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 boom. Yeah, so...
Frankly, I really don't care for it.
Go get the outfit. Oh man, all this quick change bullshit. Am I allowed in here like this?
Sorry, sir. I really can't let you through here.
That's what I thought. So hopefully I'm not caught going in there. Oh, it's all the way over. Gotta exit all the way over there. Hey, Shrimpy, welcome. How's it going? It's going well. Getting annoyed by this version of the contract. That's what. Last stream before I go on holiday. I'm leaving tomorrow for Denmark. So, yeah. That's the thing. Okay, finally we did it. Good grief. That was more annoying than I had hoped, but okay. There we go. Leaving on the holiday on Thursday. Okay, where are you going? Anywhere nice? Of course you're going anywhere, somewhere nice. Shardy, you beat me. Oh, not that much quicker. Very nice. Well done, everybody. France. Oh, nice. Very, very nice. Yeah, I'm going to Denmark, and then my niece moved to Denmark a year and a half ago. And she just gave birth to a little kid, so we're going also to see her. And also see the rest of Denmark, of course, but yeah. It will be fun. Okay, so let's see. Wilton Creek. Whatever. Rick is the next ET. Well, that would be cool. Yeah, if any streamer is gonna be an ET, it's Manga, I guess. Or maybe Frody or Mendy, maybe. Because he's very, very popular, of course. Yeah, any one of the big ones. I'm big in stature, but not as a streamer, so. James Ready X. Oh my god, it's a change fest again. James Batty. Sam Haynes. Is Batty in here? Batty isn't. Oh no, it's all of it. James Batty isn't here as a plumber. Oh my god, and that's him. Gotta be the exterminator, so he's first. I can start as an exterminator, right? Yeah. Okay. Pistol. Pistol, and then any method. Okay. Sounds lovely. Post pictures of Denmark in Discord and it's supposed to be beautiful. Yeah, I will. I will, of course. We'll post it. I'm taking my big camera with me. Of course, also my phone, but yeah. I will post pictures, man. I will. Let's see. Do I have anything? Everything? I think so. So let's just go in. See where everybody is. I think James Batty is right next door. Oh no, I gotta start as the exterminator. To get the... Okay. Yeah, but I can't kill you. I need the plumber. Oh, the plumber is in this house over here. Yeah, no, that's the garbage man. And disguise, the wit property exterminator. Oh, right. It's that dude. God damn it. Oh, thought I'd shoot him from the outside, but I need his outfit, so I need to go in anyway. That's a bit of a bummer. Okay, so now I'm the plumber, and then I need to kill James Batty. I was just there. Annoying. You are James Batty. Okay, so you're next. Your outfit. Pom 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 pom. It's him, right? As James Batty? Yeah. Where did my... Oh, the map ate the... Crap. Oh. Now I gotta become him, I guess. Okay, who's next? Garbage man, Oliver Haskell. Where the fuck is he? Oh, it's you. Oh, and he is anything, right? Right, okay.
Chemicals? I asked him if it was poisonous, but he assured me that it was only a sleeping agent.
School finished July 18th. Big breaking news. iOS says you're the best player on that. Yeah, but that's because you are, man.
What was that?
What was that sound? Really? Really?
There we go. Now he's all that's left. I don't really know when the schools finish over here. I think they're already. No, that's in like 2 weeks. So maybe July 1st or something.
Oddball nurse, that. He's been sitting there most of the day. I don't know what he's reading, but it looks like it's the most interesting thing he's never.
There we go. We have summer and winter holidays in schools, right? Yeah. So upcoming is 6 weeks off, and then we got a herfstvakantie full. That's full. That's like 2 weeks, and in the spring there's also still a week or 2 weeks. I can't remember exactly. So yeah, we have that. This was not a hard one. Maybe a speedrunner's thing, but yeah. Okay. That was easy. It's a good palate cleanser. Let's see, Santa Fortuna. So let's go here first. Fix Conundrum. We have 2 Bangkoks. Oh, let me guess. This is a reverse one too. Any method. This is outfits. And then this is kills. Yeah. Annoying. Scale. Let's go to scale. I can show. So these are in the thing downstairs. And circumcision knife. Katana. Burial dagger, screwdriver. Okay. I gotta fetch this. I think I know where that is. If I start in the gallery. The katana, do I need to bring that? Burial dagger. Oh my god, is this gonna be a fetch quest thing? All the stuff are in the boxes. Oh, okay. So I don't really need to bring stuff. That's good. I'm gonna start in the warehouse then. Distractions, yes please. See, the circumcision knife is in a crate at the back of the warehouse. Have you unlocked the barrel dagger? I think so, but you said it's all in the boxes. Replan mission, okay, so instead of this melee, let's see, burial dagger. Jiba, kukri knife. Cat's claw. I guess not. I don't know how to unlock that. Do have this, but yeah. Okay. That saves time, okay, so because I'm then already carrying it. Okay, let's see. I probably need... Oh, so there's crates over here. I need a crowbar. Let's see. Yeah, I'm exploring first.
Oh.
It's a hammer.
So let me see if I got this straight. The chairwomen run the Ark Society.
Fire poker isn't. Oh, here's the crowbar.
Engineers who develop all these crazy projects.
Let's see. It's over here. That is a didgeridoo. That's useless. Okay. This is.
Hey,
What's in here? Katana.
no sudden moves. Just put.
Hey, somebody get him!
He's bleeding! Today you die!
Oh my god. Screwdriver near the helipad. So, go here first.
So let me see if I got this straight. The chairwomen run the Ark Society, and they employ an R&D team of scientists and
Huh.
engineers who develop all the
Let's see. Over here.
So, ARC members, they're the VIP investors, while ARC
Okay. What's in this? Oh, there's another katana here. Okay, so. Oh, they're all here. Okay.
Oil, planetary, terrestrial coal company. People who share Janus's fear
Katana.
about collapse, for obvious
Circumcision knife.
reasons.
Okay.
The original 5 still have special status to this day, like deciding which projects to greenlight.
energy companies. The people who do the most damage suffer the fewest consequences. Go figure. How did old Janus convince them, though? Why the hell would some of the most powerful businessmen in the West trust a former Soviet spy?
That was a didgeridoo. That was a katana, which I did. Paddle. It's a club.
Hey,
Huh? What the heck was that? Okay, nothing, I guess.
Burial dagger. Okay. So, but I still don't have the circumcision knife. Where the fuck is that then? Because I now have opened all the boxes. Well, except... Why do you have to be like this, dude? That's good to know. Oh, that's a box to hide.
Yeah. Huh. Strange.
This is a katana, right? Oh, now it's a digi. Are they randomized or something? Or is this the katana now? What? Now the idol is here. Oh my god, it's not... It's random. So I've got all the boxes here. Thrown weapon katana. Okay.
Huh?
I think you just... Help!
Where the fuck is the circumcision knife? Oh my god. Is that upstairs or something?
Huh.
Do, 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 do.
Hold on. Have we, met before?
Stop! Hey, you! Stop!
The Washingtons got rid
This
of
is not
most
what
of
I...
the
where I thought it would be... where I thought I would be. Bottom floor on the right, just by the stairs going up. Oh, there's another box right there. Oh my god. I am so lost. How the hell do you remember all that? Where all the fucking stuff is. Oh, I don't want to be caught by the camera.
Let me see if I got this straight.
We should really check that out. Can you go have a look, please?
Okay, I got it.
It's an idol.
Nothing here.
Oh well, what can you do?
Last time the katana was in here. See, now it's the paddle. They throw it around. My god.
Nothing to worry.
Another didgeridoo.
Yeah.
Gotta be kidding me, man. Katana's right here.
Whatever.
Golf club. Aerial dagger, okay. Circumcision knife, okay. Now the katana is gonna be a challenge because it's right here now. No, it's where the fuck was it? Didgeridoo.
Excuse me?
Careful.
We can't block up the shaft when they don't use it. We're freezing to death up.
No, that's not a katana. This is a katana. Oh boy. Thrown weapon, circumcision knife. Okay. And for those guys I need the burial dagger and a screwdriver. And I have the burial dagger, right? Yes. Okay. That's also thrown. The screwdriver's also thrown. Okay. So the screwdriver. No. Oh, it's these guys, right. Okay. Somehow I gotta isolate them then.
What was it originally?
No one knows for sure who built it.
Overrun by
You stay here. I'll take a look.
Okay, but be careful.
Oh, come the fuck on. Really?
Barrel dagger.
Stand back, please.
You can use the... Oh.
Okay, but take care.
But the agent who let Janus slip between his fingers shot himself.
There we go. But the annoying thing about this one is that the placing of the items in the boxes is random. That's annoying. Hey, thank you so much, Darren. And happy Friday to you. Yeah, if I use the generator, the repairman would come to the other side and would have seen the stuff. So that's. I don't think that was the best option in this case. Well, maybe I could have knocked him out and then use that, but okay. That was. I didn't need it in this case, so that was good. Good. Let's see. Next. Featured. Yeah, you can knock him out exactly. Santa Fortuna. Coca Mirage. Arranged help rights contract, okay. So, thrown weapon. So, okay. Tools. No, melee. Gonna take some shurikens, I guess. Okay, and we're gonna start at the cocoa plantation because I think they're there. Yeah. Any disguise? Oh, that's good. Oh, I was afraid I had to box these guys up. That would not be good. All with hairnets. Back to precious cocaine. Okay. That's my suspicion. Oh, they're all in here. Okay. Oh, I got a seeker. Okay. That's not good. I need my Krugi, I think. Take out some cameras. There's one guy outside.
Yeah, I'm checking out some weird noise.
I heard from my uncle who lives in Bogota.
We need help right now. Yo, something's going down. You need to stay low. Will do.
Why are they freaking out all of a sudden?
Yeah, it's me. Yeah. It's weird, but there's nothing to see. Oh shoot! I need help. Please, somebody help me.
That was weird. They were Franco's private guards. Oh, okay. But still, why were they freaking out? Because I was in there. There's a camera right here, right? Or no? Yeah, see? That's what I thought.
Hey, we gotta blow it. Okay. I will blow your brains out.
Oh no, bodies may be found too. Okay. That's a bit of an annoyance. Because I can't go in there and just throw my shurikens around, because one of them will see the body and then it counts as body found, even though the guy who, or the person who found the body is dead.
Time to step up your game. I'm the you son of a bitch.
God damn it. Oh boy. So, you might get blamed if you stick around. Yeah, whatever. Oh, he doesn't like me. Okay.
Whoa, I see. Gotta bring you down.
Eagle-eyed bastards. Why wasn't this a problem the first time I did this? It's so weird. So weird. Weird. Okay. They still don't like me. Okay.
Huh? What was that? Was that on purpose?
And on purpose? Can that guy turn around, please?
Okay, that's it, I guess.
Give me that. Come on. We get that guy in here and that guy over there. Oh, that's the big boss. Okay. Now I gotta wait for that. Okay, brick. Okay. I think that's one of the guards of him too. Okay, so wait till they fuck off.
Kind of freaking me out. What? Central. Something's not right here.
Okay, cool.
What are you planning on doing without
Oh, the...
¿Qué te pasa, man? Hey, pendejo! What the hell is going on? You can't just do that.
So there's only room for one body in this thing. That's a bit of a problem. Yeah, that can't. Okay. That just means I gotta lure them over here somewhere. Maybe I can If I throw them here, there's nobody here at this time of day. Okay. But that may work. Rachel Segler, yeah. weird. Exactly. Maybe I should make that a soundbite. I could also drag their asses over here, but yeah, I may be seen by those guys over there, so. That was not handy dandy. Okay. So I am doing it the slow way. Oh, now he's coming too.
Hello?
Just gonna put you here. Okay. If I do this. Now I have to deal with him. Well, while we wait.
Someone's messing about. What can I say?
Coins, coins, coins.
What's that, Command? Okay, time to go to work. Okay, continuing search.
Yeah, it's me, Pantero. There's something moving around out here. Probably a rodent, una rata o algo así.
Una rata. Okay, come on, dude.
Thank Christ for that. Raro.
Uh-huh.
Okay. Good. Can you come in here, please?
No lo creo.
No lo creo.
Oh, what the hell was that?
Well, are you coming or no? Ah, crap. There's another container there too. Okay.
doing? Okay. Fuck this. Here we go. Checking it out.
Okay.
Thank fuck.
Oh, nobody.
Okay.
Hey, you break it, you buy it.
Okay. Okay. Oh, dude's coming in.
Okay.
That's not for you.
Got a problem, amigo? You move around like somebody kicked your ass real bad.
Oh, I can't even get in here. Crap. Crap, 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 crap. Okay, so they left, so I can do this.
Central, me again. I've got nothing. Must have been some kind of weird bird or something.
Mansion gate key. I never knew that was there. Oh, they found him. Crap! The wrong guy came after the coin, so that's why I had to act fast. And he heard him go down, so that's probably the gun that falls to the floor. Man. Boom, 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 boom. Hey, thank you so much for the follow, Azure Angel. Hey, I remember you. How's the Assassin's Creed going? Swifty. Okay, get in here.
Yeah, it's me, Pantero. There's something moving around on here. Probably a road in una rata o algo así. I'll get back to you.
Oh, and he's coming here. Okay, cool, cool, cool.
Hey, is anyone there? Hey, we need some help here. Please, get some help. Hey, what's going on?
Fuck me! God damn it. Been a long time. Happy Friday. AC's going good. Yeah, that's good to hear, man. Yeah, I still need to work on my ACs, but yeah, I'm playing Hitman most of the time. Okay, so let's see. I got a text. Oh, cool. Cool, cool, cool. Oh. Just heard my son was passed one of these requirements for his big rig exams. Okay. Is my problem that I'm going too fast now? There's another container. We need a chip to operate. You need a chip to operate that machine. Okay.
What was that? Is that a porpoise?
Oh fuck. See, that's my problem. I want to go fast, and then I'm not going fast. I'll be mostly driving around vertical Mexico in a G-Wagon. Oh, Forza Horizon 5. Oh yeah, that's a good game. I really love that game. I've spent many hours there. I also bought the extension pack for the Lego part, and I think it was the Hot Wheels for the or the Dardar with the Dardar lines for the for Forza Horizon 4 maybe. I can't even remember. Yeah. So that was good fun, that game. Maybe I need to get back to that game. Okay.
Who's breaking us down?
Okay, so he's coming here. Good, good, good. Okay. Get you in here. Now the big boss is coming. Yes, okay. Turn that back on then. See if we can get him out quickly. This one's full, right? Yeah. Let's see, can I get you to go? Whoa. I know there's a box here, but yeah. I just need to get you out of sight. That's my problem now. Can you come over here, please? No.
Yeah, we might have a possible.
Okay, get the shuriken out. God damn it! So he hears it when when he drops to the ground. That is annoying. That is really annoying. So maybe I can get them in there at the same time, perhaps? I've mostly been driving, that's what you said. So I thought the landscapes in Forza Horizon 4 were more diverse than in Forza Horizon 5, but yeah, that's probably personal preference.
Hey, you break it, you buy it.
Okay. Now he's coming in. And hiya! Okay. Now he's coming out. Oh, it's all working beautifully.
Oh, yo, somebody help! Boss, we need to get on the ground. This could get ugly.
Okay. The only Forza I played before Forza was Forza Motorsport on Xbox 360, so I overjoyed. Yeah. So but Motorsport and Horizon are two very different creatures. Because one is, of course, the basically a simulator, and the other is arcadey. They're both good fun. Might as well get the coins. Yeah, the guard saw me, so that was a big problem. Did you play through the Casino Royale crossover in Hitman yet? Yes, I did. I have I did the ET. I have an entire video on that on my channel, actually. Oh. Yeah, that was on purpose. So yeah, if you look on my channel, there's I have a video on the ET if you're interested, of course, and if you want to, if you haven't played it yet, because then, of course, spoilers. So I have the suit. I didn't buy the banker DLC yet. I still might. Okay, so he's safely hidden. Now we gotta wait for the dudes to leave. Put my stuff away, otherwise they will freak out. From the outhouse. I don't really see a way to get the dude in another fashion. Oh, she's just an enforcer no matter what I'm wearing. Okay, that's annoying.
Hello? Anyone there?
I think I can just... Yes. That's the trick with coins. If they are immediately attracted to the next coin, they don't check out the previous position first, so that's good. So I can get you in here. Just put them in here just to be safe. What was that? Okay. So do I need to do this now? So what's the safest place to put him? Just here, I guess. Boom, 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 boom. There we go.
Gimme. Hey, what the hell?
Okay, and we're out of here. Out of here. Hey, Seth. What's up to you on YouTube? Thank you, man. Appreciate that. Easy peasy. Yeah. Let's take a look at the cheetah board. How's everybody doing? How much faster is everybody? 139, and then here I am with 4 minutes. So I guess Manga ran in, threw everything at everybody without them noticing, and then got the kills on the other dude somehow. I have no idea how. But good on you, Manga. Well done. It's up 30 seconds on the ET. Holy shit, man. I mean, I was proud of my 140 run. Yeah, you speedrunners are you crazy people. Contracts? No. I need this one. Featured contracts. Okay, so Mendoza. Slip on wine, slip on wine. Sommelier. Oh my god, it's a quick change. Why does every contract need a different outfit for everybody? 27 seconds. It autocorrected to sex? Well, you know what that means, right? You're using that word more than it corrected to that. That's why I turn off autocorrect. Let's see, sommelier, chief winemaker. Oh boy, it's him. The gaucho. Okay, and a winery worker. So, chief winemaker. Let's start in the fields then. And take a calmer. Doesn't really matter what else, so yeah. Okay. This one was so tough to speedrun. Well, it's a good thing I'm not a speedrunner. Because of all the disguise changes. Yeah. So where's this sommelier guy? Where is the chief winemaker? Is he still there? Yeah, he is. Oh, right. I have to wait for this dude to move. Oh my god.
Mr. Yates, what can I do for you? A tour of the facility? At this hour? I didn't know we had investors coming.
What? Find out what that was. I'm on it.
Stop that! Come on, stand up. You're acting like a baby.
No, nothing over here, jefe.
Nothing over here, jefe? Oh, it just restarted this coal cycle. Oh my god. Okay, so this dude. Where the hell is he?
Private tour. Mr. Yates, with all due respect, we are about to harvest the Malbec. I hardly think this is the best use of my time.
Let's see. Is he? No, that's all. That's all winery workers. No. Is he in the? Who the hell are you? I'm just one of your working men, dude. Is he in here for perhaps? No. He's not in here. No.
¿Qué pasó?
Nah. Wasn't there a screwdriver here somewhere?
Now, the temperature and humidity in the barrel room is all controlled by the ventilation system. State-of-the-art equipment. Highly sensitive.
Sweet. How do you operate it? I'm a bit of a grease monkey.
Just want to check something out before I restart. There's one on a barrel in the grape sorting area. Yeah. I just want to know something. So I gotta get this guy's outfit. Oh boy. That's gonna be a thing. I see why you say you struggle to speedrun this thing. Restart, okay. I gotta wait for the call to be made. Oh, that's so annoying. Best you could get was like 2:55. Okay, that means like I'm 8 minutes ish. Probably. One on a barrel in the grape sorting area. Oh right, there's a... Why is everybody so suspicious of me? Let's see, I thought... some shears. Oh. It's inside the door near the chief winemaker. Oh, it's inside the door. I know there's like a hobby knife sticking out here. Oh, I thought it was a hobby knife.
It's our best day. He probably just wants to show off, patron.
Hey there.
I know I would.
Okay, so now he goes.
Go and see what that was.
¿Entendido? Who's the boss?
Okay, and who's gotta be killed by this one? Chief winemaker. So it's Lalo Rios. And where are you, sir? Here. So you're on level 0. Over there. Okay.
What's that?
It's one of these guys. Okay. Oh, I could have killed him as a winery worker. Okay, whatever. Sommelier, chief winemaker. Okay.
Find out what that was.
10-4.
Problem is, I don't know if there's anybody. You know, nobody should be here, right? Oh, it's going all the way around. Well, I could use my my poison on him, so it doesn't matter if he's found or not. Okay, do I need... Oh, I need a gaucho outfit for somebody else, right? Let's see... gaucho outfit, yes, for... Aurelio Escobar. And you are where? Here? No. Over here. So you're on level 2. Where the fuck are you? Oh, over there. Okay. How do you claim the drop thing? You should go to the... let's see... Drops. So if you see the last one, the / inventory link, if you click on that, then it should take you to your inventory on Twitch, and then you see your drop should be there. You do have to link your IOI account to Twitch though. So that's something you have to keep in mind.
Hombre. Perdón? Excuse me? Say what?
Please don't. Oh!
Please help me forget.
Crap. Oh boy. Blueprints. And he's only pacified if I do that, so... And I don't have a gun, so I can't even kill him from here. Well, technically I could probably...
That person's lying on the ground. It looks really bad. Oh, Christ.
Yeah, lady, maybe mind your own business. Then you don't get a... Yeah, I can't kill him anymore. Okay, so I gotta figure out what I'm gonna do with him, because I don't think he's hidden over there. So maybe lure him over here. Or maybe use the poison on him. Replan mission, okay. So, do I need coins? No. So, what we can do is take another lethal syringe. Yeah, that should work. That should work. Oh, then I can... Oh, I don't have a coin to distract the dude. Okay.
Hey, what's up?
While he is doing his thing, I might as well do this.
What? I wonder what that was. Show yourself.
Huh?
Cobarde.
I thought that was unlocked. How the hell do I... Where's the keys for this thing then? Is that over here?
Oh, yeah.
Gotta get swifty! Hey, thank you so much for the follow. Where are you? Yawning Possum, welcome. So I gotta have this. Yeah, okay. I gotta restart because now my timing is off for the chief winemaker. Otherwise he's too far in and I can't get his outfit anymore. So that will be a pain in the ass. So let's just restart. I'm just gonna take the screwdriver. Shits and giggles. Okay. Get this in there.
Okay.
Okay. Now.
You need to show yourself, or whoever you are.
Get squished. Okay. Now, where's Chief Winery? Is he still here, or is he on the move already? Oh, he's still here. Good, 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 good.
Hey.
Hey, what?
It's our best day. He probably just wants to show off, Patron. I know I would.
Oh, now I don't have... Oh, boy.
Say what?
Cool. Who saw that? Oh, dude's up there. You gotta be kidding me. Of course, people saw me up there. Good grief, man. Good grief. Okay, so let's do that again. What time is it anyway? 10 to 5 already. Oh my god. Time flies. Hombre.
Must be those kids messing around again. Who's there?
Man, that must be a terrible way to go, right? Okay. Now, let's see if the chief is still almost on his way. Yeah.
Thank you, Mr. Yates. Enjoy the...
Yo.
Why does he want me to play tour guide to his socialite friend? It's our best day. He probably just wants to show off, Patron. Sorry. I know, I just... I don't know. I think I had too many drinks and all of a sudden I just woke up and instead I was in a hotel room with humans.
Okay. Wait till he's in, so that the people up there can't see. Okay, get my screwdriver back because I need that. Okay, cool. Now. Knife. Can always use something to throw, right? Let's see. He's the chief winemaker one, right? Yeah.
Because last time the damn thing malfunctioned, the fermentation tank spilled.
And he's the sommelier, yeah.
On it.
He's coming here, yeah. No real place to hide him, so... And if I try it up there, he won't come, so... Yeah. Let's just take the lethal syringe. Okay. Go upstairs. Get... Where is he? Oh, there's over here. Yeah, okay. Why did you turn around, you asswipe? God damn it. So he was gonna tell his friend to investigate what was going on. Oh, he's annoying. Hey, dude. Hi.
Yeah, hey.
That was perfect timing. Yeah, hey. Okay.
Say what? Who's there? If anyone is there, show yourself. Oh, you will be in a lot of trouble.
And get squished. Got a sub the episode down to 5 minutes. Wow. I'm still glad I got it. I need like 4 minutes to get the first 2 targets. I have no idea how you guys are doing that in 5. Because I get Oscar Lafayette sick, gonna puke and snipe him in the bathroom, and then I went the wrong way. And then I get... Oh, right. I already killed him. And then I move over to the sleeping guard one. And yeah, then it's like 4 minutes past, and then you have in the rest you do in 1 minute. How do you even get around that quick?
I'm calling.
God damn it. Freaking lady. Why did she turn around now? Get 11 minutes on that and I stopped trying. I don't blame you. I spent the entire afternoon trying to make it work on stream and I failed miserably. Well, I got almost done, but then I got so pissed off. I fucked up on the last target. I just moved on and then I did it off stream. And I got the 18-minute run and I thought, I'm fine with that. I'm not even going to try to get it down.
Okay.
Fuck that.
Show yourself, whoever you are.
Okay, so...
Enjoy the...
Uh.
Why does he want me to play tour guide to his socialite friends? It's our best day. He probably just wants to show off, patron.
Somebody singing? Oh.
This doesn't feel good.
I'll wait till it starts moving. There we go.
What?
Cool, cool, cool. I think he goes in here, right? No, he goes in this one. Okay. So not too far, but just far enough so they don't spot me from upstairs. Cool. Okay. Oh, he doesn't like me. Okay. Body found, that's okay.
Excuse me? Hey, did you find out what that was?
Oh yeah, I get it.
Okay, lethal syringe. Okay. There should have been another one with 5 different disguises for all targets. Oh no! Don't give them ideas, Shari. What the fuck? Oh, that would be a nightmare. A real nightmare. Oh, don't give him ideas. Ah. Itchy nose. Okay, let's see if we can make it work now. Hey, where's my
Oh, man. See what the hell that was.
Okie dokie.
Why is he sending... Where's my screwdriver? Okay, so now I need to get the sommelier, I guess. For him. I need to get into that little room. But where the hell did I leave my... Did I throw that over there? Oh, I can just go down here. Or did I leave that in the press? No, I threw the... Where's the screwdriver? I guess it's still in the press. Oh no! No, I remember where it is. You idiot! You never picked it up again. Pum 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 pum. Screwdriver. Oh hey, Diana. Don't mind me, I'm working here. So, sommelier, so I need to go here. Boom, 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 boom.
Now, the temperature and humidity in the barrel room is all controlled by the ventilation system. Highly.
I think because I picked up the dongle, I can access the tunnel.
Okay, yeah, okay.
Okay. Yeah. So we go this way, get out the camera. Yeah, see?
Okay.
Fuck. Yeah, and there's no way to get out here, in here from the other side, right? No. So who is allowed in there?
Kind of freaking me out.
They are, right? Can I unlock the duck? Sorry, not on this stream, and because I only have the poker chip available, and yeah, I don't even know if the duck is still running, because that was till today, till 12 AM or something, or to 12 PM. I don't quite know. The chief winemaker disguise is allowed in here. Oh, okay. So I could. Oh, okay. Yeah. Thank you very much. You're welcome, Merlin. Yeah. So. Yeah, the duck is only for a few select streams, but for me it's only the casino chip.
You gotta get swifty.
Thank you so much for the follow, man.
You gotta get swifty.
Welcome. Happy Friday to you.
It's time to get swifty.
So yeah, so that just means I have to change back into the chief winemaker's outfit. Makes sense that he is allowed in there. And since I'm going past him anyway, that makes that, so I don't have to do anything extra. Hombre. We are partnered streamers, exactly. Yeah, and I'm not a partnered streamer, sadly. Okay. Oh, I can just take this, so I don't have to go fetch my... Oh, but I don't need the screwdriver anyway. Okay. Okay, dude. Cool. Okay, so he's starting to move. Cool. And he's going to go in this one. All right. Cool, cool, cool. Let's avoid him. Okay. Pick this up as a distraction. So when I come back down, I need to get the chief winemaker's outfit again. Gotta keep that in mind. Syringe.
Understood.
Diana is up there. We don't have to deal with her today. What outfit is that on 47? This is the chief winemaker. That is the big boss of the facility, basically. And then, yeah. Exactly. So now I'm the gaucho. I needed the chief winemaker to kill this one that's in the contract, and to kill that dude. And now I have to go kill the other dude. Take the hobby knife. Somebody's gonna come here. One of the other.
What was that noise? Oh, this day keeps getting through him.
Okay, so now I can go back down again. Change in the chief winemaker suit. I thought I was... Oh, I came up there. Yeah. Body found. Where is he? Oh, now I gotta drop this. Okay, so now I can go upstairs there. Over here, yeah. Oh, but I didn't pick up the... Oh wait, I'm going the wrong way. What is... Yeah, I am going this way because I need the dongle to get in. Or will they open the door for me because I'm the chief winemaker? I don't know. I'll just go here. They are friendly, so I can pick up the dongle.
Now, the temperature and
There we go. Now... Didn't need to pick up the dongle, but okay. So I need him, okay. Let's drag him behind the bar for... I don't know if anybody's gonna brighten this up, but yeah. Okay, so you're over there. I gotta kill you somehow.
What?
Come in.
Oh, and if he's gonna run around now, and it's probably like that, and then he's gonna find the dude, or no? Or is he gonna come over here? Oh, he's gonna come over here. Okay, cool. So now I can just get him over here, I guess. Let's get the fuck out of here. Hopefully nobody finds him, so we can get out. Thank you. I'm not out yet. Not out yet. I have experienced too many times where the last second I exited, suddenly body found. Here we go. Make that a little bit brighter. What time are we at? Okay. Cool. Not too shabby. Number 34 on the globals of all the billions of people who's playing this. Charlie 508. Nice. 726. 929. 12. Well, we all got it done. Yeah, I don't mind Steph. He's a cheater. So Argus in 209. Respect, man. Respect, Argus. Holy crap. I don't know these people. Blofeld. Is shocked. He's the closest one I know. Danny Boy. I've seen him before. Cool. Okay, so that leaves the annoying two contracts left, I think. You see, so yeah, that leaves these two. These two. So one is outfits and one is kill methods. So this is outfits. This is kill methods. I don't know which one is easier. Fire axe. It's all fire axe. In any disguise. Is anybody even allowed to carry this stuff? You look like you're allowed to carry a fire axe. So then I gotta figure out where's the fire axe. Hopefully these guys are not all the way upstairs. They're downstairs. Okay, so is there a fire axe nearby? What is this? A lead pipe. Is there? I don't think there's a fire axe in here, right?
Great.
No.
Someone else's headache.
Let me see. Fire axe? Over there.
Central, area's clear. Please, excuse me, sir, but that...
Okay. There are two in the basement. Okay, so this is also very, very close. So might as well get this one.
I think I heard something suspicious. I'll take a closer look.
Okay, so they're downstairs. Okay. Or maybe I don't even. They're saying they're in the basement, so I probably don't even need to go there. Oh boy, he's coming here.
So everything okay? Hey, wait a minute. Hey, none of my business, but get your crap out. Jeez. Hold it now!
Over there. Where's that? Oh, he doesn't like me. Okay.
Of course he's spoiled. That's sort of my point. Usually when rock stars make outrageous demands, it's because they came from nothing. And they still can't believe their luck.
Ah, the old...
Oh, you're here.
You're no quitter. I've got to give you that.
Look, I can fix this. I'm homing in on the problem. I just gotta...
Hey, are you there?
Damn it!
I heard something
Yeah.
suspicious.
Are you
I'll
sure
keep you posted.
you don't want to ride home?
It's not about that.
Where does... I think this is not gonna work.
Big shot lawyer fella. Hey, we need some help here. Please get some help.
Fuck.
Hey, I think we got a serious problem. We need your help. Hey, you. What takes you in the problem?
What am I going to do with you then? Let's see. Let's go to the basement directly. Because there's a fire axe like this. It happened to me too. Also, can't see this. How did you do in Mendoza? Just finished it. Like, I don't know the exact time I got, but I managed to. Oh, I got 7 something in time. So where is the fire axe here then?
What's up with you, big guy?
Crap. Man, this is annoying. That bad for that one. Yeah, I saw. I wasn't the slowest on the bunch, so not the fastest either. But yeah. It was okay. Wonder if this is the best way to go in here. Get here. There's like a door here.
I hope it wasn't disgusting.
No, it's just stupid.
Okay. Let's see. What are we gonna do here?
Might have a possible disturbance. Keep posted.
Hey, Phoenix. Oops. Okay, so that leaves these guys.
I guess if I should take any lessons, well, you should always say.
Hi, it's me. Might be nothing, but heard something suspicious. Just a hunch, really.
Okay. I think there's a box here, yes. Okay. The rest is upstairs. Question is, how the hell am I gonna get these guys then?
Because they came from nothing, and they still can't believe their luck.
Ah, the old Gatsby complex.
Okay.
Well, you're no quitter. I've got to give you that.
Look, I can fix this. I'm homing in on the problem. I just gotta.
Yeah. Are you sure
Stay
you don't
here.
want to ride
I'll
home?
see what it was.
It's not about that.
Wild horses couldn't drag me anywhere else.
There's this guy. Big shot lawyer fella.
Engage the suspect!
Why are you suddenly up? God damn it.
Goddamn! Everyone calm down. What is going on here? What the? Someone shoot it.
I'm gonna
Let's
bring
go.
you down, pal.
Come in, Central.
Oh boy. Maybe do the guys upstairs first. Then he's over there. He's over there. Get you out of sight.
Okay, is that real?
Oh shit, it is real.
Hopefully he doesn't come this. Oh, he's gonna. He's gonna run past the other dude that was. Okay. Right. Upstairs.
Hey, mister. Who are you again? Hey, don't...
Fuck me. Bad decisions were made. Okay, what if... Replan mission, okay. So I'm not using the gun, so I might as well maybe leverage the Seeker. That could be good. Let's see. Oh, careful. Here it is. Pick it up, idiot. Oh, hello. Crap, he saw that. Oh, it worked before, but I gotta wait till the guy that's going to make a phone call is around the corner. I'm wanting to go too fast again. Okay. Get the axe. Wait for him to peel off. Okay. Get him out of the way. Cool. Stairs, go here. Okay, cool.
What? Excuse me, I think that is yours.
You're correct, sir. Sorry, I will pick up my trash.
I'm about to blow some chunk. Just step back, people. I may spew any second.
Oh boy, we've got Miss Busybody coming in.
Give me a hint. Is anything wrong?
Oh, he's gonna go here.
I love this job, don't you?
Problem is... Oh my god. I was hoping I could just throw him in here and then put him in the box. Basically do this.
Hold it right there. Don't move.
Hey, buddy!
God damn it. But the people had to be on the stairs, right? They had to be there. God damn it. Timing, man. Timing. You're breaking my balls here, man. You're breaking my balls here. Can I get past? Okay. Okay, he's changing position. Cool.
Oh my god!
Get you out of sight for when the guy comes back around the corner. Okay, cool. He's making a phone call, that's good.
Stop right there, you bastard!
God damn it. Anyway. I don't need to pick up the axe from his head. Just need to throw it, drag him away. Oh, no, grab his gun and then drag him away. Okay, so he's coming here. And he can go away. Yeah, cool. Okay. No. No, 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 no. Otherwise I have trouble carrying around the axe. Drag this around the side. Right, that timing works out. Okay, cool. Now we go here, here.
No. Excuse me, you dropped something.
Man, I feel so nauseous.
Body found. Who found that body?
No.
Security.
Can somebody help me? Please, someone help me over here.
You okay? What the hell is happening?
I think I found a dead body.
You. Yeah, I gotta remove him too. Okay. That's a bit of a bummer. So, maybe instead of... does she go around where the where I killed the first dude? Don't think so, right? She goes... Oh. Take the damn axe.
Do me a favor and see what that's about, would you?
Hope you walk into a door.
think I just heard something. Hello?
Getting trouble with timing on the yeah, see, that's what I thought.
Hey, check that out.
Yeah, alright.
Oh my god, he's sending the other one. You don't see anything, dudes.
I think I heard something. Might be a false alarm, but I'll check it out just.
Okay. Clean. I hope so. Okay.
Hello?
Hello? Anybody there? Okay. Now, gotta get rid of this dude. She's already passed, so that's a good thing. I have no idea where he goes though.
What?
Oh right, he goes over here. Right. Oh, and now she's there.
Huh? What the hell are you doing?
Well, that's a problem.
Yeah, man. Hi.
Excuse me. Are you quite sure it's safe keeping these pesticides? Huh?
Crap. Where are you? Oh, you're over here? Oh, you're in there. Okay.
Even at very large doses, this compound is not lethal.
So he's what, like 25? I mean, I bet he's older than
Sure, it's knocking you out.
He's turning 27.
Okay. Now all we have to deal with is that dude. Is she gonna leave? Crap.
Seriously, you never heard of this?
Oh, fuck off.
Statistical convergence, right? People who die young tend to die at the age of 27.
Yeah, okay,
Oh,
but
she's.
You are coming on a little too strong, mister.
So basically, either Jordan dies at 27 or
You're supposed to go in there, right?
album after album.
Why are you just standing there?
If I see anything, rest assured, I will let you know.
Anything strange going on?
nothing. It's business as usual.
All right, that's good. But
Okay.
today is not good. So, you know, stay alert, okay?
Sure thing.
Okay. No, I'm on the wrong floor. Okay, how's this? She's still there. Oh my god, lady, can you please fuck off? Now we gotta deal with him too. Oh wait, I don't have to. Is there a crowbar or a wrench somewhere? This is there's a lead pipe. Where is the wrench?
Certainly afford that.
Before I do anything else.
Hello, sir.
Well, you're no quitter. gotta give you that.
Look, I can fix this.
Hmm.
I'm homing in on the problem. I just gotta... Damn it!
Yeah. Are you sure you don't want a ride home?
It's not about that. There's a guest. He's offered to buy it.
He's gonna ruin my day here. No?
Engine running.
A guest wants to buy your crummy old podcast.
Seriously, I'll be forced to take action if you don't give up the gun, okay? Stop. I can do this. I can do this. Understood.
Okay, this is gonna have to be it for me today. Sorry, my wife just came home and we're about to have dinner. So, yeah. Thank you guys for being here. Let's see who's live. Can we... What's this notification? Is it live gezien? Let's see. Okay, we are... Where are we going? Let's see. Mandy? Yeah. Let's go to Mandy. He is one of the best players I know. And yeah, he's basically speedrunning freelancer. So yeah, let's go say hi. And yeah. I won't be streaming for the next 2 weeks. I will be on holiday, so it will be at least... Yeah, probably 3 weeks before I stream again. So hopefully I see you guys then, and hope to get you guys next time, and have a fantastic weekend. See you later.